Thank
Member from Eastern Westmoreland.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. We have inherited quite a few things. And one of the things that we inherited is the system of governance that we use. Now, when you inherit something, it's like you have to understand that you may not be able to use it in its entirety, and there is some modification that is required, because what obtained in the jurisdiction that you inherited it from may be a little bit different. So the Westminster model of government that is practiced in the UK. In the UK, they have about 650 MPs, members of parliament. For a political party to be victorious, they need 326. But they only have about 120 ministers of government. Therefore, the legislature is not overrun by the executive, as is the case here, because we only have 63. And for a party to win, they need to get 32. And what has happened in this particular instance is that majority of the members of the government side have been appointed to the executive, only leaving 5 of them on the backbenches. And that overrun of the legislature by the executive is what is at the root of this problem. Because if the government was to appoint committee members and they were not going to utilize members, as is outlined in section 68(3), where it says that subject to the provisions of Standing Order number 71, a sessional select committee shall consist of not less than 6 members, including the chairman, none of whom shall be a minister or parliamentary secretary. That's what it states. The reason why they are having a difficulty is because they chose to place majority of their members as a part of the executive. And it has only left 5 members that would need to serve on all of the committees. And therefore, we're seeing this situation. Now, this is not the first time that the issue of separation of powers is coming up, and there is what seems to be a manifest breach of it. In its previous iteration, this JP government decided to put the Chief Justice on probation. And that triggered a lot of criticisms, including from members of the judiciary, judges actually protesting. The idea of us observing and being true to the doctrine of separation of powers is well established, and there's obviously good reason for it. It is not in an attempt to give prominence to members here. So the advocacy is not to give some position to members who are on this side. That's not what we're talking about. The idea, though, is to provide protection to the people of Jamaica so that their rights are not trampled upon. It is clear that once you do not have the separation of powers, that you're going to concentrate too much authority in either an individual or a body. And that leads to the possibility of corruption and tyranny. That is clear. Now, in order for us, we love it, man, and I want you to also love it and shun it. Mr. Speaker, it is a previous leader of the Labour Party, a previous Prime Minister of the Labour Party, that took a decision as well that it is members of the opposition that should chair the committees. The idea that when the Labour Party had 49 members, that they would have been more active has been proven to be false. Because during the preceding 5 years, we had less meeting than the 5 years before that they complained about.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes.
Most people make reference of things that they don't even know. It's like the Ethiopian eunuch. Do they even know of the things of which they speak?
No, they don't.
This has nothing to do with 20 years ago. Absolutely nothing to do with that.
Don't be sidetracked.
This has to do with the separation of powers to prevent the concentration of too much power in a single individual or body, and to ensure that the rule of law is supreme. That's what this is about. And so, Mr. Speaker, and our democracy rests on the doctrine of the separation of power. This is to prevent the corrosive dangers of corruption and exploitation. We all must stand resolute to prevent such an eventuality. Thank you.